What if I told you that two regular people,
hey Ace family,
were making more in a single month than most Fortune 500 CEOs, top athletes, and A-list celebrities make in an entire year?
We were making seven figures a month.
And they lost it all because they had the financial maturity of teenagers with their first credit card.
When I saw that person say, "Why is your house under foreclosure?" I literally lost it. I lost it.
All right, baby, so where do we begin?
Catherine from the Ace family just broke her silence after 2 years on the Call Her Daddy podcast, and the financial details she revealed were mind-blowing. We're talking 7 figures monthly gone, a $10 million mansion foreclosed, multiple business opportunities destroyed. Having millions of followers doesn't automatically give you business sense, and the Ace family just proved that in the most expensive way possible. I'm Erika Vieira, and I've been producing YouTube channels and working with creators for almost 10 years. So if you are a woman that creates content on YouTube, then you're in the right place. Full disclosure, I don't know Catherine personally, and I wasn't a dedicated Ace family follower, but here's what I believe. Smart people learn from their own mistakes, and smarter people learn from others' mistakes. This is a cautionary tale that every person building an audience needs to understand. Catherine showed incredible courage, sharing her story so honestly on Call Her Daddy, and without that transparency, we couldn't have these important conversations. This isn't gossip or drama. This is business and influencer industry education. The Ace family were pioneers in family content creation, and the story reveals crucial lessons about money, partnerships, and staying in your own lane when your content makes you rich fast. So let's dive into how two people went from making millions a month to financial collapse, and what every content creator can learn from their mistakes. Ladies, class is in session. Catherine and Austin started their Ace family YouTube channel in 2016, and they essentially became the first family vloggers to really do it at scale. Together, the couple documented their relationships, their engagement, having kids, and basically every aspect of their lives on YouTube. They quickly became one of the biggest family YouTube channels ever, and Catherine went on the Call Her Daddy podcast to promote her new book that'll be coming out later this year. And she talked about everything from Austin cheating on her and their divorce to their major financial and business disasters, which is what we're going to focus on for this video.
So there was a period we were making seven figures a month.
So they were making somewhere between 1 and 9 million every single month, and it wasn't just the money. They had 18 million subscribers. That is a built-in audience bigger than the population of most countries. That is 18 million people ready to buy whatever they're selling. The power of a social media following of that size in this day and age is huge. And the one thing that every business desperately wants right now is attention and eyeballs. That's how businesses grow these days. That's how fortunes get made. And the Ace family had it in spades. They were there first. I don't think they're necessarily any smarter or more talented than other creators. They were just pioneers who were in the right place at the right time. Because of that massive reach, they had multiple 8-figure business opportunities literally handed to them on a silver platter. We're talking about deals that could have set up their great grandchildren for life. But here's where the story gets wild. They destroyed every single opportunity that they had through greed, lies, and mistakes that were completely avoidable. Their job was simple: create content, entertain people, and keep that audience engaged. That's what they were good at. That's what made them millions. But here is where it all went wrong. Instead of staying in their lane, they got greedy.
We had a lot of yes men around us, and we just made really bad business decisions along the way.
And this became a pattern. Every time that money started flowing, they'd cut out the professionals who helped to make them successful. And let me give you 2 examples. First, the Ace Club app. Picture this: a subscription service charging $20 a month for behind the scenes content. With 18 million subscribers, if just 1% signed up, that's $43 million in recurring revenue every single year. Let's say just half of that signed up. Half of 1%. That's what, $20 million of recurring revenue every year? They had an experienced partner ready to handle everything, but they got greedy. They tried to cut him out, and they wanted to keep the entire pie to themselves. So what happened? Complete failure. The app doesn't even exist anymore. But wait, there's more. Catherine's beauty brand, 1212 Gateway, made $1 million in the first 30 minutes. $1 million of sales in 30 minutes. The company was on track for $60 million in 2021. Catherine owned 63%, while her business partners handled operations, manufacturing, logistics, basically everything that actually makes the business work. But when success came, Catherine seized control. She changed all the passwords. She locked out the people who built the entire operation. She tried to run fulfillment herself from a warehouse that could not handle the volume. So what happened? Customers stopped getting orders. The company lost its customer base, and Catherine ended up in lawsuits. A $60 million company destroyed. This is what happens when greed overrides common sense. They wanted complete control instead of working with the professionals who knew what they were doing and had far more experience than they had in these aspects of business. But here's the most shocking part. Catherine thought because of her massive following, it meant that the money was going to continue coming. It was always going to be there. Well, she was wrong. Algorithm changes can kill your reach overnight. Audience taste shift. Scandals destroy your reputation. New competitors emerge. Social media success is incredibly fragile. Or maybe, just maybe, you get sick of posting and you don't want to anymore. And Catherine learned this the hard way.
And so one day I wake up and I get a phone call. It's my father-in-law. He said, Catherine, the house is under foreclosures all over the news. And I'm like, what do you mean?
She found out about losing their $10 million home after it was already on the news. And after supposedly paying the mortgage for 3 years, she had no idea that this was going on or that they were even in some kind of financial trouble. I mean, we're talking about a $10 million mansion. The monthly payments are probably what, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 plus a month? If you're really the one paying it, how do you not know what's going on? And Catherine admits that she was watching 6 figures just disappear from her bank account.
And it would be heartbreaking to look at the bank because I was very well aware of what was in there. And it's like, where did that go? Like, what's happening?
She knew the money was disappearing, but instead of doing something about it, listen to how completely checked out she was during this period.
I was numb to it. It didn't make any sense. I just felt so disattached. I don't know if this is real or not real. I don't know. I just felt this disconnection. I was just like really numb and empty at the time. I wasn't in my body anymore.
And she admitted to just tuning out.
It was more like, I'm just going to sit here and breastfeed my baby and just like scroll on my phone.
Look, hey, I'm a mom too, and I get that it's exhausting and there is a lot going on. Trust me, I got 3 kids. I work a full-time job. But this isn't just a normal situation. We're not talking about a regular job or regular paycheck here. We're talking about millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. I mean, we're talking possibly hundreds of millions of dollars if those business ventures had worked out properly. How can you have this much power and money and not take it seriously? When you're enabling somebody, aka Austin, who's destroying your family's financial future, I hate to say this, but it's almost just as bad as being the one making those terrible decisions. She was the one who was there that could have actually done something about it. Social media success can disappear overnight, but smart financial planning creates lasting security. Like I said, what if you feel like being done? You don't want to post anymore. You don't want to put your kids in the public eye anymore. If Catherine had just taken some of that money, invested it in real estate, diversified assets, anything that generated some kind of passive income, she would be financially secure regardless of her YouTube status. Instead, they treated their success like it would last forever. And when you're that disconnected from reality, when millions are at stake, you're setting yourself up for exactly what happened to them. So what can every YouTube content creator learn from this disaster? Here's what you need to understand. The Aces family story is a masterclass in what happens when you don't stay in your lane and when you get too greedy. I personally practice what I preach on this. I'm building a whole bunch of custom AI tools for my YouTube bootcamp. I hired a specialist. I'm expanding onto LinkedIn. I'm hiring a LinkedIn expert. Why? Because I'm doing what I do best, which is producing YouTube channels. I do YouTube all day, every day. I work with dozens and dozens of clients at a time. I spent the last 10 years doing it. And when my clients hire someone like me, they have a massive advantage over trying to figure it out alone. That's 10 years of knowledge, mistakes, and insights that would take them years to learn themselves, plus all the insider information that I have from being in this industry and working one-on-one with hundreds of people who are YouTube creators. Sometimes it is worth giving up some money and control to get an expert who actually knows what they're doing. And that's exactly what the Ace family should have done. They should have listened to people that were smarter than them in areas that they knew nothing about, like their businesses, their app, the cosmetics line. I mean, even their real estate property. And when I learned about their real estate deal, I was just mind blown. Like, Who was there advising them on all this? If they had just listened to the experts they hired, I don't think they'd be in this mess today. It's reflected in every single business venture and their home. They got caught up in the fame and greed and they didn't listen to the experts. Or maybe the people that were advising them didn't have their best interests at heart. Whatever it was, they were definitely not paying attention to the experts that were there or completely misguided.
I feel like I'm a clown in a circus. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what happens when you try to do everything yourself. You don't listen to the experts and you put your head in the sand and think everything is going to just work itself out. Look, as a woman and a mother, I do feel for Catherine. She was dealing with a cheating husband. I don't like him. I think he's an awful person. He did a lot of awful things, and she was dealing with him cheating while trying to raise her kids, and that is incredibly difficult. She seems like someone who desperately wanted a family, a loving home, a doting husband, and to be a wife that adores and takes care of her kids. But she lost herself in the world of YouTube fame. She's not completely innocent. He played, she stayed, and in doing so, enabled that behavior, which will only hurt their kids in the long run. And the business lesson we can't ignore is this. They had everything handed to them. Millions of loyal fans, multiple 8-figure opportunities, the potential for massive generational wealth, and they destroyed every single opportunity through greed and poor decisions. They cut out the professionals who would make their businesses successful. Catherine disconnected from reality while millions disappeared, and now their children lost their financial security. Maybe we'll get more insight into all this when her book comes out. I hope to God she's smarter with the money she ends up making from that, listens to the experts, and invests it wisely for herself and her kids. She's still really young. There's still so much opportunity for her. There's still a lot of ways that she can leverage the following that she built. She still has a massive fan base and audience, and I think that's what she's doing with this book. And why not? I hope she invests this money and has a better business sense with this than she did with the other business ventures. Maybe she will now that Austin isn't a part of it. So here's your big takeaway. Stick to what you do best. Hire experts for everything else. Don't marry someone like Austin, and pay attention to your money, ladies. Social media success is fragile, but smart business decisions create lasting wealth. So what did you think about the Ace family? Are you fans of them? I know they're pretty controversial. Some people love them, some people hate them. What do you think? Check out my other videos where I talk about content creators and their business strategies. And if you want to work with me personally, I have links in the description for my YouTube bootcamp and my free upcoming masterclass where I talk about doing YouTube in an AI world. Until next time, keep shining, keep creating, and most importantly, keep being smart about the money that you earn in your business. Mwah.